Check It Out, co-powered by the new Nissan Terrano. Smarter, bolder.
Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Check It Out.
It's special because today we take a look at the world of robotics.
Robots can bring about a future where we don't have to do boring everyday tasks ourselves.
And who knows, one day we might even get robots who actually possess some artificial intelligence.
Even better, one day I might actually get a co-anchor who possesses some actual intelligence.
Wow, that was a really cheap shot, okay.
So let's take a look at all that we have for you on the show this week.
In this week's episode, it's an all-out robot invasion. From mind-controlled robots to robots of the stage, we explore just how far our Android counterparts have come. We also take a look at India's ever-growing gaming market. All this and much more only on Check It Out.
Robotics are all set to transform our lives.
But will it all be for the better?
Some people especially like me, fear that robots might turn on us one day.
And some fear that robots will make humans redundant altogether.
But whatever the scenario, human beings have made great leaps in robotic technology. America, Japan, South Korea have excelled in this field more than anyone else. But what about India? Are we still lagging behind?
Well, in our top story, our very own Trishala went to explore just that. She visited ACET, one of the leading institutes for robotics in India, and got a sense of how far the country has come to turning science fiction into reality. Take a look.
Our world wouldn't be the same without robots, and trust us, it's going to get a lot more exciting. Some of the most advanced and groundbreaking research in robotic studies is being done in India's ACET Institute of Training and Research, and I'm here at one of their Delhi offices to explore what's on offer.
Good morning, Rowan. Good morning, Rowan.
Good morning, Miko.
Believe it or not, robots will soon take over the world we live in. You may not agree, but the fact is that robots are already being deployed in greater numbers. In factories, hospitals, kitchens, and in other different spheres of our lives. It won't be long before we have fully functional robots attending to our every need. Now, some analysts predict that by 2019, there will be a $135 billion market for consumer and business robots. All of this sounds splendid, but the question is if a country like India is actually ready for a robot invasion in their professional and personal lives. 24-year-old Divakar Vesh, the head of robotics and research at ACET, feels that Indians need to embrace the robot revolution.
We guys are not only ready, but we are in a great need of that kind of an assistance. So by robots, what do we understand? We understand a robot which has 2 arms, 2 legs, something like a humanoid, but it's more to that. These can be automation systems, these can be passive systems, these can be direct system or direct robots otherwise that can help us. So at any point of time, when we are talking about robots, then India has a huge need and a potential to adopt these kind of robots. We have a huge population to cater to. So at any point of time, if we're talking about Germany, US, Japan, Korea, then we should also be in the list. And yes, we are in the list of getting these kind of robots that will assist us and fulfill our needs.
Divakar developed India's first completely indigenous 3D printed humanoid. Now this bundle of joy, also known as Manav, is functioned to do anything including dancing. According to Divakar, if a robot can dance, it can pretty much do anything. But Manav isn't just famous for his killer moves on the dance floor. He's also India's first mind-controlled robot.
Manav is India's first completely made in India robot. This robot has been made, manufactured, designed and fabricated here in India itself. We have something which is called an EEG device. This is a sensor that senses what exactly is going on inside your brain. So whether you're happy, sad or you're thinking anything inside your brain, I can get to know that in my laptop. And by that laptop, that transfers all that data to the robot, and robot understands in which kind of situation you're thinking and doing what kind of activities.
Diwakar has also invented world's first mind-controlled wheelchair, which has been a great boon for the medical industry.
That's why in 2016 we launched this wheelchair, which is the world's first brain-controlled wheelchair that you can actually buy from the market. And this is the best part about this wheelchair, is that you don't actually have to learn how this wheelchair works. Within just 5 minutes you can be good to go on this wheelchair. Very easy to understand, and yet at a very affordable and a cheap buying and price.
Yes, mind-controlled robots and wheelchairs sound great, but the World Bank warns that the rise of robots could lead to unemployment rates greater than 70% in India, especially due to automation. There is no doubt that robots are making their presence felt in the workplace. They're expanding skills, moving up the corporate ladder, showing awesome productivity and retention rates.
You see this apple somewhere?
As intelligent machines begin their march on labor and become more sophisticated and specialized, Diwakar is the outspoken champion in their corner.
Every technology is disruptive in the very starting. And when we are talking about smartphones, when we are talking about computers, when we are talking about even machines in the machining era, it all took away jobs. But see where exactly we are right now. So the thing is that yes, the jobs would be taken away. It is a big question of the 21st century, that whether the jobs would be taken away or not. The thing is, yes, it would be, but at the very same point of time, new jobs would be created, more innovative jobs would be created.
It's true that while technological developments will cause greater automation and a decrease of hiring in some sectors, it will also create a lot of jobs too.
You have to help me.
Who's the real test?
However, the bigger concern for some experts is not the issue of unemployment, but rather the issue of self-awareness. Will a day come when robots become smarter than their human counterparts? This is perhaps the ultimate question that researchers debate endlessly. But getting there will require more than advances in robotics. It will require advances in artificial intelligence.
How do you feel? I feel.
Artificial intelligence is now the thing of the past. We have invented something which is called real intelligence. Solving a problem is artificial intelligence, whereas real intelligence is the intelligence which is not just like human, but it is exactly what humans would have done otherwise. So by brain cloning technologies, we have been able to inculcate rather than artificial intelligence, but real intelligence into the robot.
There is no doubt that recent leaps in robotics and artificial intelligence should make us excited. But how the two will truly transform emerging economies like India is yet to be seen. The growth of robotic industries is moving forward at an unmatchable pace, and there is no denying that the robot technologies is all set to change how things are done. Anything is possible with a dash of tech and a pinch of human imagination into it. Although there are challenges, but these challenges lead us to better opportunities, and these opportunities lead us to a better and a brighter future.
How cool was that? Don't you just love robots?
I do. Those were pretty cool robots, but Don't you think robots might become really, really smart one day, Sahil? Like even self-aware and try to take over the world?
Well, I personally would love if that scenario ever happened. I think the geek inside me would love to see nothing more than a robo-apocalypse. But that being said, I think there is a misconception when people say, oh, you know, if the robot becomes intelligent, it'll become sentient and it'll just end up killing everyone. I think that's a bit ridiculous because being intelligent means, you know, you're very good at accomplishing your goals. So you just have to make sure that the goals of the robots are in line with the goals of human beings. And if you do that, I think more or less you should be fine. You know, right now we're staring at the realm of science fiction, and there's, you know, a lot of time before something like that actually takes place. And like I said, personally, I would love if artificial intelligence becomes a reality and you have a Terminator-like scenario. I mean, a lot of people will die and it's horrible, but
maybe not just robots, but I'd sure love to see the world take being taken over by aliens.
Okay, we'll do that on another show. That alien technology, we'll figure that later. But in the meantime, we're going to take a very short break, but more robo action on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back. You're watching our robo special on Tech It Out.
And up next, we have something really special for you guys. But Sahil and I have been having a really heated debate, as always, that what do we name this package?
There's no debate. We're calling it Battle of the Robots. I don't understand where the confusion is, okay?
I don't understand why are these robots? They're vacuum cleaners at best.
So what do you want to call them? Battle of the vacuum cleaners. That's not exactly glamorous, so...
May not be glamorous, but it's still the truth, Sahil.
Listen, it's my story. I produced it. We will call it what
I was in it.
For like 20 seconds max. And that was also me being very generous, okay? So this up next... Two robots take each other head on in an epic clash of the titans. And we're calling it Battle of the Robots.
I'm never again being a part of your story.
You love it. Come on. You got some time on camera. You love all that. Hollywood has predicted this day for years. The dawn of the robot war. Now, they're finally here. The little combatants, the Agrabot 5.0 and the Black Cat 3.0. These two are the top-of-the-line robo-vacuum cleaners from the Indian brand Milagro, and they are ready for war. The battlefield, this room. Objective? At some point each day, maybe when you're off to work, leave your charging dock automatically, vacuum your floor and rugs, get the dust bunnies under the sofa, clean all the muck along the wall, and then automatically return to the charging station and then do it all again tomorrow. In a world where everything is done better with technology, including brushing our teeth, why would we leave cleaning to our lazy selves?
And for lazy bones like us, we have these two cleaning robots that are competing for our attention.
Now, both the Agrabot and Black Cat offer some great features such as optical detection, fall sensing, self-diagnosis, attachable mopping pads, and if you like, you can even fill these things up with water.
But what really matters is which one of these floorboards can clean your house the best.
And there's only one way to find that out. You know what I'm going to say next to you. You know I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. It's Battle of the Robots. So let's start with the Milagro Agrabot 5.0. It comes with some pretty nifty features like anti-slippage tires, a robotic gyro sensor, and a remote control app. The company claims that the Agrabot is India's first full wet mopping and drying robo-vac. It's been fitted with an integrated water reservoir which is supposed to automatically dampen the mop to get rid of stubborn dirt. The wheels have a rubber padding to allow it to have a proper grip on hard floors and carpets. For the most part, the Agrabot did a decent cleaning job, especially when it came to cleaning the dust along the walls, thanks to those funny-looking spinning brushes. It also has one of the largest dustbins that Milagro has to offer and is incredibly easy to access. But good lord is it clumsy. The Agrabot comically collided into things, got stuck a lot, and drove an unpredictable path through the room that seemed logical only to its own little robot brain. The slightly cheaper Black Cat 3.0 on the other hand appeared to be less confused. In fact, it's clearly the smarter robot out of the two. We never saw it get stuck. The design is dark, high-tech and feels premium. It's also the most silent of all Milagro robots. An excellent feature is the fact that it offers robotic pre-scheduled cleaning, which operates even when the electricity is not working. The cleaning is excellent on carpets and hard floors, even more than the Agrabot. Its path appears to be less random as well. For us, the Black Cat 3.0 wins the battle. Although, keep in mind that no robo-vac is as good as a human with a vacuum. Not yet anyway. but then they are completely automatic and do a B+ job of keeping your floors and rugs clean. Guess they will have to do for the time being, until, you know, our robots get a little bit more sophisticated.
So what's up next on our robot special?
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether it is nobler in the mind to suffer.
What's up?
It's Hamlet, you know, Shakespeare. Seriously, get some culture, bro.
I know it's Hamlet, bro, but why are you quoting Shakespeare right in the middle of Tech It Out?
I was trying to be cute about it. I was setting us up for our next story.
And Shakespeare has got to do exactly what with robots?
Well, not Shakespeare per se, but more the theatre.
So robots are designing theatres now?
Well, not exactly, but robots are taking over the Broadway, and there's actually one robot in London who's starring in his own play.
Wow, so robots are meeting the performing arts.
Hand in hand.
Wow. So up next, let's check out this new star of the Broadway. Seriously now, we're doing anything on the show, right?
Pretty much.
Check it out.
They entertain us, make our cars, and some, as you already know, even clean our floors. But now robots are moving into a brave new world, a stage. The humanoid robot Thespian has taken to the boards in London, acting alongside humans. Robothespian is the co-star in a play called Spillikin, in which a designer of robots builds a companion shortly before his death for his wife, who has Alzheimer's. This robot can wave his hands around, make faces, talk and blink, but is not quite autonomous. His performance is activated by nearly 400 separate pre-programmed triggers.
For the play, we have pre-programmed every single thing the robot says and every single thing the robot does, all the moves. There's about nearly 400 separate cues, but they're made up of other files all stuck together, so there's probably a couple of thousand cues in reality. And so the robot will always say the same thing and move in the same way depending on what cue is being triggered at what particular time, which puts a big pressure on the actor acting with the robot to always have the right lines, always stand in the right place, so that the robot is looking in the right direction at that particular moment. So it's a really tough call for the actor.
Judy Norman, who stars alongside Robothespian, holds his hand, talks to him and at one point even kisses him.
He's very affectionate and I like him. I really like him.
The play poses big questions about love, death, technology and even the future of acting.
Of course I think there's a future. I mean, this show has proved to me that really working with a robot is seriously not that different than working with a normal actor.
This isn't the first time that a robot has lent itself to the performing arts. Back in June 2015, a small robot made its debut on My Square Lady, an opera performance at Berlin's Komische Oper, where he attempted to learn human emotions. Spillikin will tour the UK until mid-April, and here's hoping that Robothespian will surely break a leg. His android leg, that is. Okay, time now to take a very quick break on Tech It Out.
But don't go anywhere because gaming action on the other side. Stay tuned. Welcome back, you're watching Tech It Out on WION, and now we're about to shift gears a little bit and move from robots to gaming.
Are you not just loving this episode? How much fun is it?
Absolutely, Sahil. Robots and video games are two of my favorite things. You know, I can almost even smell the testosterone in the room.
I know, right? I mean, look at this t-shirt. You like it? I mean, I totally dressed the part.
I was totally hoping you'd wear it. And
Star Wars.
Really surprised that we have got so far on this show without a Star Wars theme episode.
Oh my God, that is a great idea.
Great idea. Think about
I'm going to think about
More
that.
testosterone for Sejal.
Love it.
Love it.
Geek Love, come on.
So up next, Tech It Out got an exclusive look into Gigabyte India's latest unique products and systems that pack quite a punch into the full gaming experience. Take a look.
Oh my God, we are so doing a Star Wars episode next week. That's Great idea. I love it when you saw.
May the force ever be in my favor.
Okay, well, the force is just not strong with you. That's the
Clearly
problem.
not.
Clearly not. Star Wars next week. Check it out on WION. Check it out. So boring.
The gaming culture is getting stronger and better. We've come far from the time when the best games were Mario, Dave, and Contra. In this growing age of 4K definition and attention to detail, we have celebrities like Kevin Spacey, Kit Harington playing lead roles in games like Call of Duty.
Save the bullet.
And you think that you can just march into these countries based on some fundamentalist religious principles, drop a few bombs, topple a dictator, and start a democracy?
Out there are many companies trying to bring up the gaming as a culture among the growing youth. One of them is Gigabyte. They've decided to promote gaming as a mission.
We bring in the best gamers across India, we bring in the best reviewers across India and try to showcase our product. We decided to open a Gigabyte gaming cafe first in Bangalore, then into Pune, because they are both our, what you can say is young crowd is there. Gigabyte 2017 will be purely dedicated this year to gaming. You will see a lot of things happening from Gigabyte. We will be taking we're going to take gaming to 7 metros. When I'm talking infrastructure, we're talking about fiber, we're talking about bandwidth, which you're going to have in maybe a year or two. With GST coming, you need a bandwidth to put even the online systems. So of course the government is serious and they're talking a lot on creating infrastructure. Once your infrastructure done, once you get a bandwidth around 100 Mbps, maybe 128 Mbps, things will change a lot, and the things will change a lot the way we perceive and see whole computing, whole gaming.
Now, that was some good information, along with some good news for gamers, but what is their take? Himanshu happens to be a professional gamer for the past 10 years. He is a star gamer for Gigabyte and also in charge of gaming events organized by the company. The man knows the system in and out, both literally and figuratively. Let's see what this multitasking and multi-talented man has to say about the gaming scene in the country. Hopefully, multiple things.
We want the gaming to be like upgraded to the next level that is being played all over around the world. We want that in India. Well, it's hard. It's not that easy. Like, people just think that playing games and earning money is like really, really cool. But we have competition as well. Well, when I started gaming, they were like, what are you doing? You're just wasting your life. You have like better potential and everything, you can do much better, but you're just wasting it all. Man, you're living a dream. Because they also want to play games, but they were not able to. They were not ready for the change. So I did it. I changed my thing. I shifted from like doing the coding and everything, programming, to gaming.
We could have a future in this. Not in terms of business, but in terms of creating a society which could addressed to a world level also.
With the abundant market South Asia holds for gaming and technology at full throttle, only time will tell the future of gaming. Possibly, it'll be something mind-boggling.
Well, that's all the time we have on this episode of Tech It Out. We really hope you enjoyed the show.
You can reach out to us on Facebook and Twitter at @WION_TechItOut is our Twitter handle. And for all the news and other updates, keep watching WION. We'll see you same time next week.
Thank you for watching.
Check it out. Co-powered by the new Nissan Terrano. Smarter, bolder.